broken machine in the back of the mind. I didn't do it. I wasn't there. Staring ahead with a panic stare. Rip it up. Locked in the loop, nothing to say. Trapped in the words that won't go away. Over and over, the mind is a cage. Over and over, feeding the rage. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I wasn't. Another bad headline burning through the night. Everybody carrying invisible fights. Eyes locked down on another glowing screen, trying to hold together fractured dreams. People losing hope in the noise and fear, but a real voice cuts when somebody is near. One conversation can break the weight, pull somebody back before it's too late. Raise your voice, let it out. We survive when we talk this out. Devil's advocate, showing us the way. Getting ready for a better day. Hands together. What's up, everyone? What is up? What's up, everyone? So, I will be talking about the recent controversy, I guess, drama of a Asian corner store gas station owner killing a black kid. All right. I'll be talking about that. I have a few videos that I will be reacting to, watching. Okay. So I'll be reacting to that tonight. Link, if you want to, if you have an opinion, if you want to, chime in, if you disagree with me or agree with me or whatever, link is in the chat. All right, link is in the chat if you have an opinion. All right, let's get started. Okay. All right, so let's get started. The jury just came back not guilty on all counts. Rick Chow is a free man. Let's talk about what the defense argued because clearly it worked. Defense attorney Sean Kent started out by completely reframing the case. He told the jury this case is not about a bottle of water, it's not about a shoplifter, it's about a father who saw a gun pointed at his son and had to make a decision. And that's really the entire defense in one sentence if I had to break it down to one sentence, but I'm sure he'll be on socials breaking it down for us in his own words tomorrow. According to Andy Chow, the store owner's son, Cyrus pointed a gun at him. Andy testified that he saw a gun, he yelled, "He's got a gun," and then his father, Rick Chow, fired a shot. And the defense attorney asked the jury a simple question. If Rick Chow wanted to execute this kid over a dollar bottle of water, why wait 130 yards? Why chase him the length of a football field before firing? The defense argued that he did that because something changed. And what changed, according to the defense, is that Cyrus pulled out a gun and pointed it at Andy. Now, here's something important I don't want you to miss. Both sides, the prosecution and the defense, agreed at the charge conference to take lesser includeds off the table. That means the jury had one decision to make: murder or nothing. No manslaughter, no reckless homicide, no nothing else. It was either murder or it was walk free, and they chose walk free. I think the prosecution made a gigantic mistake, and the defense attorneys were completely right to not have any lesser includeds on the table, though who knows, right? Even with the lesser includeds, the jury still could have come back not guilty on all counts. The defense also talked about why the Chows might have been suspicious of Cyrus in the first place and why they might have followed him outside. The defense pointed out that Cyrus didn't have any cash, he didn't have a wallet, and he left without buying anything. Now, I'm personally not persuaded by that. Doesn't matter, I'm not in the jury, but I wasn't persuaded by that because number one, the Chows didn't know he had no wallet and no money. Also, he's 14 years old and he was carrying his phone and his mom's phone. So you're telling me neither one of those phones had Apple Pay? To me, that wasn't super persuasive, but I also understand that that was not the defense's main point. Their point was really that it was reasonable for the Chows to believe something suspicious was going on. That's when we get to the medical examiner. The medical examiner testified that the bullet entered Cyrus's lower right back, traveled upward, clipped his lung, and went through his heart. On cross-examination, the defense attorneys got her to acknowledge that Cyrus could have been slightly turned to the right when he was shot. Slightly, and that gave the defense room to argue that it was possible that Cyrus was turning back towards Andy when that shot was fired. It's like I said in the other video, I think the jury probably believed that Andy Chow did see a gun because it's undisputed that Cyrus had a gun. I think they believe that. They believe that Andy said, "Dad, he has a gun," and his dad then shot because his dad believed his son was in danger. That's it for this case. The jury just came back not guilty.
I'm going to preference this video, okay, with the things I will be saying. Okay, she did a great analysis. She's, she stick to a lot of the key facts of the court. I'm learning it from her. Right, I'm learning it from social media. Crazy as it is, I'm gonna be honest. Right, it's still not worth it. Right, he shouldn't have chased after the kid. Right, it shouldn't have chased after the kid. I don't care. No bottled water, no theft of almost any kind is worth someone's life. They shouldn't have chased after them. If they didn't chase after the kid, it wouldn't have led to this situation, right? It wouldn't have led to this situation. So in my opinion, okay, he did deserve to be in prison, right? He does deserve to be in prison. He's found not guilty because of the situation, right? Like she said that the prosecution was okay with not having lesser charges, and that was their downfall. That was why the prosecution lost. That is why they lost. So it's their fault, no one else's, right? It's their fault. They could have had lesser charges, and he probably would have been found guilty. But I want to say again, I don't think 100% the kid did not deserve to die over any kind of theft. Okay, they shouldn't have chased him out of they shouldn't have chased after him. They shouldn't. So, but I'm gonna probably say certain things that will be controversial with other few videos. So, I want to preference that beforehand. I think that the kid didn't deserve to die, and he deserved to be found guilty of a crime.
And I'm not done talking about the Rick Chow case because I do have a few more things I want to say. Do I think Cyrus Carmack Felton was racially profiled? Yes, wholeheartedly. The moment he walked in, they told him to take his book bag off, and they were watching him like a hawk. And we know why. When you look at the news, what image do you see over and over again? Young black boys around Cyrus's age with guns. I know it, you know it, and the defense team knows it. And
I disagree with the state's theory on it's not that big of a deal that kids are going around with guns. I hate it. It is a problem. And it is a problem in this case.
Add to that the fact that the Chows had been stolen from before to such an extent that they felt like they needed facial recognition software and a wall of shame for shoplifters. They were known for going after shoplifters. I think they were on high alert. I think the Chows had all of that in the back of their mind, and whether they want to admit it or not, I think racial bias played a role in this incident. The Chows assumed that Cyrus was there to steal. They assumed that a young black boy, people who look like Cyrus, go into their store and they steal. Now, they were wrong. He never took anything, and they had cameras watching him the entire time. Oh, and I can't leave out the fact that Rick Chow had already shot at 2 other people before. The prosecution would have argued that this demonstrates a pattern of conduct, but they were not able to because the defense attorney successfully argued that if the jury knew that information, it would be too prejudicial to Rick Chow. So the judge excluded the evidence of the prior shootings. I'm saying all that to say this. I think ignoring the role of race in this case is avoiding the elephant in the room.
Really? Self-Black, I would love to hear your opinions, right? I would love to hear your opinions about this. This is a hot button topic today.
So, let's keep it a buck. Now, I'm not saying that the Chows hate all black people. In fact, that's not what racial bias is. Case in point, one of their defense attorneys, Sean Kent, is a black man who is very good at his job. I don't think he was hired because he was black. I think he was hired because he wins cases. Go watch his closing argument. It's abundantly clear why he was hired. But do I also think that hiring a black attorney had the added benefit of taking some of the steam out of the argument that the Chows are racist and that's why they killed Cyrus? Well, yes. Another point I'd like to cover is how malice was always going to be difficult to prove in this case. So in South Carolina, murder requires malice. And if you watch the video, Andy exits the store first and then Rick Chow follows behind him. The defense, therefore, can argue that he wasn't chasing Cyrus to kill him. They argued that Rick Chow was actually just chasing them because he wanted to see what his son Andy was doing. He wanted to know what was going on. So then, after Rick Chow shot Cyrus, there was further testimony that after Rick Chow saw Cyrus, he performed CPR on Cyrus, he performed mouth to mouth, and according to the testimony, he was actually spitting out Cyrus's vomit as he was trying to save his life. That taken together with Andy leaving first means proving malice. It just wasn't a slam dunk in this case. So that's why.
See, this is the thing where this man is hot-headed. Right, he is hot-headed, but this is a thing where my mom, right, she owns a nail salon. She did. She used to own a nail salon for over 25 years. Right, she used to own a nail salon over 25 years. My aunt owns it. It's a stereotype, right? I'm sorry, okay. It's like being around, right, the worst. Terrible people, right? Not saying all people are terrible or all black people are terrible, but being around terrible people builds that stereotype, right? Builds that caution you have in you, right? It's like you don't hate all people or hate all black people, but it doesn't change that you are wary of them. Okay, you will you will look out for them. Okay, you will pattern recognition in a sense. So he is always wary of minorities. It is what it is, right? Of black people. He was hot-headed. Laughing man, what is up? What is up, my brother? He's hot-headed. So when given a I don't know, a situation where, it fits his stereotypes, okay? A black kid just looking around the store, like probably whatever, being shady. It just add to his stereotype, add to his caution, and he was reckless. I don't believe that he meant to kill the kid, but not realizing he was hot-headed, he shot him, and that was and death was, the outcome, because he tried to do CPR. He didn't want the kid to die, right? But the problem is that he was hot-headed. He built again. My parents, my mom did a lot of things. She had plenty of I've seen she hugged black people plenty of times, right? Old customers she's seen so many times. But again, I've also seen my mom get into fights with so many black people, right? With so many black customers, arguments, fights, like literally, how to call the cops, literally break up the store, shit like that, right? Fights. It's just, when you interact with one race all the time, and then when you interact with a lot of bad apples within that race, you are cautious of that race. I don't agree. Again, it's not a monolith, but it's caution, right? So he's hot headed because he's always saying, you know what, these, this black person, this black kid is fitting my pattern recognition of the terrible bad apples. So he got hot headed and reckless and emotional.
A lot of people are asking, well, why weren't other charges added? Prosecutors stack charges all the time. They'll charge 4 different types of murder. They'll add manslaughter. They'll add every charge in the book so that something sticks. They do it in many, many cases, but they didn't do it here. This murder or nothing strategy was definitely a gamble that worked in favor of the defense. So after all that is said and done, where does this leave the family? A not guilty verdict cannot be appealed. The criminal case is done. Now, could the current Department of Justice step in and take the case? Yes. Will they? Absolutely not. The family is exploring a civil wrongful death lawsuit, so it does sound like they will be suing the Chow family for the wrongful death of their son Cyrus. And reportedly, the store is no longer owned and operated by the Chows in that neighborhood. And I'm
Big Bars, what is up, my brother? Thank you guys for being here.
When are we going to be honest that some of the Asian community?
Now, we already got the bit of the context, or the background, the story of what happened. An Asian gas station owner shot and killed a young black kid. So now we're getting the reactions of some of the, I guess, black community, some people, some black people on the internet.
Especially the ones with the restaurants, hair stores, and businesses, are actually aggressive, are naturally violent towards the black community. And they specifically have all of their businesses in our neighborhood because
this is why this is dishonest, right? This is dishonest. It's not like, every black person, right? Asian people are violent against. No, they're not. Right? They are cautious, right? Because again, if they deal with bad apples, it's usually black people. Okay. If they deal with bad situation, it's usually black people. So they're cautious, not violent. Right? They're cautious. They have a short temper. They have a short fuse towards this particular race. Self-made, what is up, my brother?
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's up? Good to hear you, my brother.
Man, likewise, man, likewise.
I love. Any initial thoughts on this situation?
Man, this case, man, I've been talking about it all day, bro. And I sympathize with Chow,
Uh-huh.
because it's between 2018 to 2023, there have been thousands of robberies, thousands, not hundreds, thousands. And that's crazy, like a 5-year time frame. And when I watched the video, I was like, at first I was like, okay, well, it's kind of bad. He didn't steal anything, put his bag at the door, et cetera, et cetera. And when I looked more into it, the kid had a fucking gun, dude. He had a gun. Why are you 14 with a gun? It's not that serious. If it was that serious, you need to move somewhere else. But considering this case happened in 2023, obviously, this is my first time hearing about it. Like,
Yeah.
I've never heard about it, dude. And it's kind of a strange situation because on one side he shot a 14-year-old kid, which I don't agree with, obviously.
Yeah.
Could have just not chased him out of the store.
Yeah.
On the other side, Chow was obviously he's used to this type of behavior, and so in kids' defense, if you're used to this type of behavior, why be surprised and now, you know? Why be surprised? Why be, oh, I'm used to it, you know, I'm just gonna chase the kid. That's a fucking kid, dude.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but like I say, it's you can't really blame child too much about it. I'll be honest, because it was just a fight or flight response
Hmm.
at that point. You know, it was a high stress situation. I was speaking with someone about it, and they were like, you know, why did the kid run out? Why did the kid run out? You know, and there's a couple of reasons why. One, he probably obviously had a gun on him,
Hmm.
and
Hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Chow probably didn't know that he had a gun on him, or otherwise he wouldn't have chased them. I mean, you're not going to chase somebody with a gun, a loaded gun, obviously. Um, and then on the other side, I mean, he's a 14-year-old kid,
Hmm.
and he's not really developed yet,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so he's gonna run. And I was debating with someone earlier, and I'm like, okay, well, if the kid had bad intentions at that point, then you know why didn't he do anything when he got in the store, and why did he have to go to the back, pick up a drink, put it back, etc. Why did he could have pulled out the gun right then and there, you know?
Yeah,
But that's just a speculation. I'm not gonna assume someone's violent or guilty because they're black, you know.
yeah.
But
No.
I do see patterns as well, and that's
Hmm. Hmm.
where it
Hmm.
kind of comes into play, you know. And I, man, I get tired of defending black people, you know, because a lot of shit like this is uncalled for.
Hmm. Hmm.
This whole situation could have been avoided on both sides
Yeah. Hmm. Hmm.
equally, equally.
Exactly.
If the kid would have pulled out the gun and say I don't have anything, and if let's say he did pull out the gun, just to show Chow he didn't have anything, right? Um, they probably would still be alive, possibly, you know. But that's a possibility. It's not like okay, well, Chow's gonna take the gun and shoot him right then and there. That would have been obvious murder, obviously. But
Hmm.
in South Carolina, their laws work very strange. They don't have second degree. It's only murder, you know, it's only murder and then premeditated murder. And if they couldn't prove without a reasonable doubt that it was premeditated murder, then that's why he got. They just didn't have enough evidence to say that you know it was malice, obviously. Um, and then a testimony with his son, you know, that's another one um, that's another one that took a play within the case itself because his son said that the kid pulled the gun out, pointed it at him, and then they shot him, which I don't really understand how that actually works, at least in my opinion. And
No.
you have witnesses who were there, and man, black people are so, bro, what are you talking about? Why would you keep changing your story? What are you doing?
Hmm.
You just made the case 20 times worse for the kid.
Hmm.
If you did not see anything, just say you did not see anything. It's simple. It's simple. But it's a strange case, man. People are comparing this case to another case that happened in like the '90s, and it's not this case.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Oh,
not.
yeah. Uh-huh. I
You know what
remember.
case? Yeah, you know what
Yeah,
case? Yeah,
with the black girl.
yeah. It's this. These cases are not the same.
No.
These are not the same. So I'm like I just don't really like. Now, obviously, for Chow himself, right? He could have just not chased the kid, you know, and just left it
100%.
at the
Yep.
store. However, he wasn't chasing. If you watch the video, Chow wasn't actually chasing the kid. He was chasing his son.
Yeah, his son. Yeah, his son was chasing.
Yeah, his son was chasing the kid, and that's kind of where Chow defense came into play. What they argued was, well, Chow wasn't chasing the kid; he was chasing the son to make sure his son was okay, and
Hmm.
that was proven by the video. So, it's like I said, it's a strange case, man. What are your thoughts, bro?
Well, a couple things could have been true at once, right? I think if the kid didn't have a gun, it would have been so much better, right? Because then he could have in the store with cameras and all, he could have proven he didn't steal anything, right? Because he had a gun, I believe that made him run away, right? Because he had the gun, it made him run away, and because he run away, it made him suspicious. And here's something that a lot of people still don't understand, that like you said, right? They've been stolen from, they've been burglarized, they've been, they've been targeted many times. So I can understand. I don't. I can sympathize. I don't agree with. Right, like I said, I think Chow should have been found guilty of something. Right, I think he should have gone to prison for it.
Yeah.
But they feel it. Right, they've been tired, and sadly, that boy was the tipping point for them. Right, he
Hmm.
was the tipping point for them. So even if it was whatever, right, even if it was over a water bottle, it was the tipping point. They were like I said, they were all already hot headed. They were already, whatever, on. They were already like fed up. So this
Yeah, they were on guard.
sadly, this boy just was the tipping point. So he ran away, and he ran away because he had a gun, not because he stole anything. He didn't want to be found with a gun, right? And that's sad. That's the sad part too that no one's talking about. If he didn't have a gun, I believe he wouldn't have been killed, because he would stayed in the store, show that he took nothing, so they couldn't get him for anything, right? And that wouldn't have led to, I believe that wouldn't have led to his death. But yes, they shouldn't have ran after him, right? Even if he did steal a water bottle or whatever. So it's like, it's a couple things, a couple things could be true at once, right? There's so many layers to this thing. So yes, it's not necessarily the same. Like I said, I this kid should not have died for any kind of theft, not worth his life. And two, I do believe that Chow should have been in prison for it, right?
Yeah.
Even whatever, he still took a life, right? He
Yeah.
still took a life regardless. So, you know, uh, that's the thing.
Yeah, man. And I agree, man. I think, like I said, I think this case is just, it's a very strange case because it's there's the possibility that, oh, did the kid drop the gun while he was running away and child
I've
picked it
heard
up?
a lot of conflicting things, right? I heard a lot of conflicting things.
Yeah.
So I heard that he dropped it, or I heard that he still had it on him when he was running. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, child's son in his testimony, what he said, I mean, with the FRE, how that works is that if there's a testimony, then that testimony can be used as direct evidence,
Uh huh.
and unfortunately, the people that witnessed it, they changed their story too many times for the
Mm,
jurors to say, well, they just lost their credibility. And
mm-hmm.
child's son kept the same story throughout the entire trial. And
Hey, do you guys want to hear a joke?
Tim, what's up, my brother?
go for it.
Right, I'll let you go.
Okay, why don't sharks attack black people?
Why?
They prefer white meat.
What's up, my brother? How you been?
That's a good joke, right?
I think I heard of it before.
What the fuck? That sounds good. What the hell? I've never heard
It's
that shit. That's funny.
that's my original joke. I invented
Oh,
that. So
okay, okay.
if you hear that,
That's good.
it's kind of
That's
racist, but it's not too bad, right?
no, it's funny. I like racist
Right.
jokes. They're funny. They're funny. Oh my god, they're so funny.
Yeah, I don't mind racist jokes. I don't mind it.
But
All
yeah,
right. What are you
I wanted
thinking?
to yeah, I wanted to say, man, like I said, this case is crazy, dude. It's
Yeah.
with the evidence, it all fell down to two things. Did the jurors believe without a reasonable doubt that it was malice, or was Chud's I say Chud, fucking that dude, Child's son testimony credible,
Mm-hmm.
and those are the only two possible, at least from what I can see, it whether they found him not guilty or not guilty or not. So I mean, we won't know yet until they make their writing and they formalize it and explain, what they had to do to come to a conclusion that Chow was not guilty. So,
Hmm. Hmm.
I mean,
But I do want to talk about the reaction to that. Right, I do think there maybe there's a bit of conspiracy where I think that, like you said, right, it's like 3 years ago, and
yeah,
now it's really popping right now. Not it didn't it was not popular or talked about during when it happened. So it could be some conspiracy where now we are getting some racial tension all of a sudden.
mm,
So we I don't know. And election is coming up, right? What is it? You know, an, city, nationwide elections, governments and stuff
mhm,
like that. They are happening right now. So, and I think it's usually um an interesting thing where sometimes racial or these identity politics pop up during these times of year. So I do want to react to the response to it. So
yeah, of course.
The white demographic will not allow them to integrate and take over their spaces. And this has happened since Jim Crow, since they were able to come over here and get these specific visas. And I'm not saying,
see, this is another foolishness of it, right? This is why I said this is propaganda, and it's sad that it's from black people, because here's the thing: this is why black people don't understand, or I think they would be do better if they learn from actual Asian people. Asian people don't want white spaces. They don't. They're building their own. There's literally, it's like I see it a lot of times. Oh, where's these Asian grocery stores? Well, I mean, where's these black grocery stores? Guess what? Asian people are doing it, right? There's Asian grocery stores. There's Asian banks. Asian people, right? They're doing themselves. They don't need to enter, I don't know, JP Morgan, Bank of America. They don't need to enter any of these white grocery stores, whole, whole wheats or whatever, right? They don't need to that. They don't need to be CO'd because they have their own, they're doing their own shit.
Hmm.
So again, this is the foolishness, I'm sorry, of a lot of black people, where they're not understanding. Asian people don't give a shit.
All right.
Statistically, we're doing better than white people, so we don't need to enter their spaces.
Yeah, I wanna comment on that as well. I think a lot of it boils down to when it comes to black people owning things is that they don't even want to support each other
Yeah.
internally, and
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
it's this back and forth of you think you're better than me and all of this animosity for no reason,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
that's kind of what kind of destroy black communities, altogether because it's just hating for no reason, you know. Support a black business instead of a business that you deemed too white, you know.
Hmm. Hmm. And
It's
this is the
it's
thing, right? I'm gonna be showing you a lot of videos of them saying that, exactly that. Support black business, support black business. I say go for it. This is capitalism. We live in
Yep.
America. Go for it. No one, Asian people are not going to cry that you're not supporting Asian businesses. Go for it. The problem
Yep.
is black people. I've seen it throughout my life. They complain about black businesses, right?
Yeah, they do.
Synonymously, black people are the ones to complain about black businesses, not white people, not Asian people, because to be honest, they're not shopping in black businesses.
Not
Black
even
people
Hispanic
are the
people.
ones. Yeah. So it's like, I think it's funny. I said go for it. I think it would be a great thing that black people would open their grocery stores, open their banks, open their whatever. But the sad part is it has happened so many times. Black people are complaining about other black people's services. They've been complaining about black people's customer service, how they treat they do it all the time. So I mean, like I say, no one is stopping you.
Mhm. I think a lot of it too is that when it is a black business, it's more so kind of like a they feel psychologically disadvantaged, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Because I was a teenager, of course I experienced that myself. Um, but on the other side, black businesses they they tend to kind of overcharge more than traditional businesses that are in the same industry. And I think that's where a lot of people kind of get frustrated as well. It's a lot to it.
I've heard that too. Yeah, I've heard they overcharge. I heard they give bad customer service.
Yeah,
I've heard plenty of complaints. So it's like, to be honest, I say just no one's stopping you. So,
yep,
and we'll see.
Everybody. But what I am saying is that every single Asian, Korean beauty store, convenience store, liquor store, anything that they've ever had, restaurant, whenever I have walked in there, nail shop, I have always been profiled. I have always been followed around. And
I also want to say this, right? They said that, oh, all these stores are in black communities. I'm sorry. This is the problem with a lot of black people. They don't realize Asian people live in the same community, right? Asian people are not like wealthy and just straight up live in the suburbs. This is the problem where we live in the same community. When I grew up, I lived around Asian people, Hispanics, even poor white people, black people. It's like I don't know. This is like it's it's disingenuous a lot of times when I hear people talk about, oh, why are these businesses, why are these Asian businesses in black community? It's actually within their own community. They're part of the black community,
right.
right? They're part of these impoverished communities. So
I
I
want
just
to
think it's
I want to I want to respond to that as well. Sorry, if
go.
you don't mind.
No, go.
I mean, what I at least admire from Asian people is the tenacity,
Mm,
work ethic. Because if you look at stats, there's when it comes, you guys are about 6% of the population, about
mm,
25 to 26 million, maybe 20 million. And what's crazy is you guys are, like within your population, 37% of you are doctors. 37%. That is massive for 6% of the population. That is
hmm
massive. And for black people, it's for us being 13%. I think it's about 6% of us are doctors. Like, what are y'all doing?
This is the thing where shit like this. This is why I'm sad. Because I think I've said this before. There's no black community. Red Door, what is up, my sister? What is up? There is no black community. The black community that barely is there, they can learn a lot from the Asian community because the Asian community, they outdo many other communities in getting degrees. They outdo, I already said it, right? Financially, they outdo even white families, right? They are above even white families. They outdo marriage rates for most communities. It's like, how about learn the success of other immigrants? To understand that what, maybe you could do this, because I think it's a sad thing. This is why I constantly fight against victimhood, because I've said this before. The black community has the second most political power in America. So why is people who don't even have any political power outdoing the black community? How about look to understanding, oh, why are they succeeding when we have been here for years and are not succeeding? Is it only because of racism? Is it just because of racism? Because if racism is the problem, I'm sorry, then you're going to constantly fail.
I have always been deemed the aggressor, but I've never been treated with kindness. I've never been treated with respect, and I never have been valued.
I'm sorry, you're supposed to earn respect. Now, customer service, this is the problem, right? I've heard Asian people give one of the best customer services, in my opinion, or at least what I've heard. So I just think that you're not. What are you supposed to do, right? You're supposed to earn it, right? And sad part is that bad apples will destroy what you will, automatically be, hopefully get. So
That is the issue. Rick Child never valued Cyrus's life. There was no way of them knowing that he had anything on his person until he left that day. And a lot of people keep saying that he stole and it was over $1. It was over absolutely nothing. At what point in society are we going to say that no one regards Black life the way that Black people do?
oh, I want to talk about this. No one regards black life the way black people do. This video, I said this in the beginning, right? I mean, I've said this plenty of times. I love the black community. I think they're the coolest community around, right? Or the coolest group of people around. The problem is the victimhood. The problem is the victimhood mentality. I looked this up. Right? Thanks to this case. Guess what, right? Let's say white homicide and Asian homicide combined, against white people, against black people, right? How many white people and how many Asian people combined it kill black people? Guess how many? It's about 10%. 10%, right? So 10% of the killings of black people are by white people and Asian people. And Asian people are under 1%. Under 1%, right? Guess who does the 90%? Guess who? Other black people. This is the hypocrisy I'm talking about. This is a hypocrisy I'll probably say multiple times in this video, right? In this live stream. This is the hypocrisy. I'm sorry. Black people don't even care about other black people. In general, I'm not saying specific, but in general, they don't. You see it in the stats. This is why people do harp on black crimes. You care, right? In general, right? People like this, right? Internet black people, they care about black lives only when it's racial. That's the only time black people care about black lives. That's the only time. They only care about black lives when it's racial. When it's not racial, it is crickets. They barely talk about it. I'm not saying zero, but they barely talk about it. There's no protests. There's no outrage. There's no boycotts, right? There's barely anything when it's black people killing black people. And to have the audacity to say that only black people care about black lives, you don't. Because if you did, you would constantly address, you would constantly talk about, constantly push, why are black people, so many black people, killing other black people? This is what I hate, right? This is this whole the whole outrage, right? We constantly, I'm hearing this so many times, right? Oh, we should boycott Asian people, white people. But when black people kill black people, you do nothing.
No one sees us as humans. They still see us as animals, and we are treated as such. And these are things that they are putting in their own kids, putting batteries in their kids' backs. And they are teaching their children to shoot to kill us first before we ever can do anything about it. And like I said, I'm not saying all, but there is a lot.
There's a lot. It is under 1%. Under 1%.
So is this woman saying that Asian Americans are more racist towards black people than white Americans? Is that
I think she's
contention?
putting them in the same category. They're just that.
We're equally as bad.
Yeah.
You know, my neighbor, I had two lots right next to me, and for like 20 years, and then they were developed. And the first person who bought it was a black dude. And the first thing he did when he moved in, he called the county on me because I didn't mow my lawn. So I was kind of upset with him. Mm-hmm. So I decided that I'm going to get back at him by selling my house to a black person.
It would have been better if he talked to you, right? At least talk to you at first. But whatever.
Right. Well, that was a joke, kind of. That really happened, but it's kind of a joke. But I did meet him. I did meet him about a month ago, and him and his white wife. His white wife, right? And they were more congenial to me.
Okay, at least they're doing better.
Self-made. Did you get my joke?
Yeah, I heard it.
Did you? I'm gonna sell my So okay.
Yeah, it was funny.
You got the Asian spot right here. You got the dudes right there. You got the corporations right there. And you got the Peruvian spots right there. Where the black spots at, man? This is a predominantly black area. Where the black spots at? The money going to the other ethnicities, man.
I always think it's funny. Then it's like sometimes this is why I get irate. Learn capitalism, right? Learn it. It's like, why does every other group understand capitalism, understand finance, but the black community doesn't? Open up your business then. That's the point of capitalism. Be competitive. Open up your business. Why is like you complaining that other people they took their time, they made the effort and open up their shops, open up their businesses, yet you won't do nothing. Where's yours?
They're
I just
lazy.
like,
It's lazy. It's just
yeah.
lazy.
Well, the thing about my black neighbor is he's very quiet and he's very hardworking. He's always working on his yard, so he's kind of a guy who he's kind of a self improvement guy or home improvement guy. So I would like him, but I don't talk to him. He doesn't talk to me.
Uh,
I think there's some. He's I think he's partially Norwegian.
okay, that's different.
If y'all really want to show people that y'all care about Cyrus, don't walk into no more nail salons. Don't walk into the beauty supply store. Get whatever you need off of Amazon. Do not shop at these Asian liquor stores. Halt.
This thing is like, get your set off of
Why is she?
Amazon. Made in China shit. Stuff made in China. Great. That makes sense, right? Let's boycott Asian Americans, but yeah, let's support made in China products. Makes sense. Oh, wait. Or Apple. Let's support a business that's owned by white man. It's like that's like this is what I'm talking about. Yes, it is. Right? It's like who this is the thing we're talking about. The boycott. What are you doing? You're not saving nothing. You're not doing it. It's like this is why I said fake outrage. I'm sorry, it's fake outrage. It doesn't even make sense. You're boycotting who?
I wanna comment real quick, bro, because this is what I really don't really understand when people say I'm gonna group everybody together because of this incident happened.
Yeah.
So now if this Asian person did this, it's fuck all Asian people. That's fucking stupid. Isn't that the same shit that black people got tired of white people doing?
Exactly.
Why are you doing the same fucking shit? What is that? That's not gonna. And matter of fact, like 69 to 70% of Asian people supported affirmative action. So what are you doing? Why are you trying to fight a community that's trying to help you as well? It doesn't make sense.
All your business with Asian businesses. We need to really start showing niggas that we not fucking with y'all if y'all not fucking with us. This man just got non-guilty for putting a bullet in a young black man's back over water he didn't steal. Do not walk into any Asian businesses for the next 60 days. Fuck 30. Let's try to do that. Try to go to the Russians. Try to go somewhere else to get your nails done. Go get your liquor somewhere else. Do not support any Asian businesses this month. If we stick together, we can show that our fucking money matters. Because I don't understand what if y'all really.
Let's go for Russians. They love the black people. Yeah, they're better to black people than Asian people. It's like I'm sorry. This is why this is the low IQ of a lot of these internet black people, right? It's like you're such low IQ. Yes,
Yeah.
the low IQ of it is like, are you kidding me? And I think it's funny that, like you were saying, right? It's like black people shouldn't understand making a group a monolith, right? Not all they constantly say not all black people are the same, but yet here you are, pretty much group all Asian people into one thing. First of all, the guy was Chinese, right? Usually, let's say the nail salons, they're owned by Vietnamese. They're not the same Asian people. Yeah, hey, let's group them all together. That's not racist.
Right.
I just find it. This is why a lot of these videos I find it funny. I just really do, because I just find it pure hypocrisy and delusion, right? It's like you want to boycott it, yet it's like you want to boycott Asian people and go to white people. What happened to you not liking white people? Now white people do you bad. Now who are you gonna go to? Black people? Yet there's no. It's like it's the pure idiocy. I'm sorry.
Why do they treat black people better in their own countries than they treat black people here? Right? Okay, so question. I know, for example, in my personal experience, I have visited the continent of Africa. Okay, I visited Senegal. And the Africans that I met, or the Senegalese people that I met there, very sweet, very loving, welcome home. Hey, sister, like, want to help you, want to show you, want to know where you're from. They're so into you. Like, they just think that you're amazing. But why is there this constant, diaspora war when you encounter the people once they've left the continent, right? Another thing is, and I know it's not everybody, but you see that from different groups of people. Like when you see black people who travel abroad, they'll be in Vietnam, they'll be in China, they'll be in all these places, and they're like, oh my God, the people are so nice, the people are so sweet. But you encounter those same group of people once they've left their country and come here or come to the UK or go to another place, and they really treat you like the scum of the earth. And I just want to know, why is there such a huge difference with the mindset and the mentality of a person who has never left their homeland and the ones that come here? Why?
I saw this question and I want to answer it, right? There's a couple things, right? There's a difference between when, let's say, black people, they travel, it's hypothetically, or you could analogy where they're entering someone's home, right? So usually, if you enter someone's home, you usually act a certain way, right? You're more respectful. You're more, you're more cautious. You're not going to steal. You're not going to beat up. You're not going to give an attitude, right? You're more respectful when you're entering someone's home. All right. So usually, yeah, they would treat you better because hopefully you'll be more respectful. And also, here's another thing, right? It's also the money, right? You are tourists, so they will be respectful to you. It's a different environment. But she also said, "Oh, why is it when they come over here they treat you differently? Because now they see how you are, right? They see you how you are in a different light when you're not being, mindful, respectful. They're seeing in your true environment when you're because here's the thing, right? Like I said, my mom owned a nail salon, so I've seen this example a lot of times. So you see one person, right? One person, they enter a nail salon, they're respectful, they're cordial, they're nice, right? All good. When you see that same person, right? Same person enter the nail salon with a whole bunch of other people, right? With a whole bunch of their friends, you see them so drastically different. They're more, I don't know, ratchet, ghetto, or they have an attitude. They're hot tempered. They're quick to talk back to you or whatever, right? They're quick to have an attitude. Right, you're seeing, that's the thing where you're seeing the switch, right? You're seeing the personality change. So yes, sadly, right, for the man like this, we were talking about this before, right? Him living in a minority neighborhood and experiencing a whole lot of bad apples, right? Getting burglarized, robberies, attitudes, fights, whatever. But I'm telling you this, right? My mom was a meek woman, right? She was a meek woman before she opened a nail salon. After opening a nail salon for years, my mom had an attitude, right? She gets into fights with black people. She curses with black people. Like if black people giving her attitude, she's giving it right back. Right? You want to fight her? She's gonna fight. She's ready to do that. And I'm like, so many times I had to push her. I had to hold her back because she's getting an attitude and wanting to fight people. She changed, her personality has drastically changed, kind of adopting the people around her, right? The quick temper, all this shit. So just like we are talking about, he was probably, the being in his neighborhood for years, he probably, just had a short fuse now.
Yeah, I I agree. And I've been, like, I drive trucks. I've been everywhere in the country. I've been to Canada. I've been to Asian communities. And I tell them all the time, like, don't like, use discernment. You know that applies to anybody. But I tell them, just because I'm black, don't treat other black people like me. Like, because they treat me respectfully. You got to use discernment. And I hate saying, especially with black people, but it's I do it I do it. I grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, around the time it was murder capital.
Mm,
So I,
mm.
I I know like how shit goes with black folks. So you have to be very cautious.
Self-made, can you turn your volume up a little bit? I can barely hear you.
Hold on. You can hear me now. Is it
Yeah,
better?
yep, that's better. Yep,
Okay.
that's great.
All right, my bad. You need me to repeat anything that I said?
No, no.
Okay. Okay.
All
All
right,
right.
let's continue.
Okay, do not trouble. Yo. Okay, give it to me, mine. Okay, give it to me. Everything, give it to me. Don't throw away. Don't. Okay, do not trouble. Yo. Let it go. No, let it go. Let it go. I told you to let it go. Let her go. Wait. Let her go.
Let's get off of me. Let's get off of me. Let's get off of me. Let's get off of me.
She's still a call cop. You kidnapping her right now. You kidnapping her. Listen. Let her go. You can't hold it. I understand that. You can't hold it. That's kidnapping. Okay, I seen it. You gotta call the cops. You can't hold her. I understand that, but if she's still, you gotta call the cops. You coming out here to chase her, that's not good. There's something going on right now in the world with the young boy that just died. Y'all chasing him over his blue bullshit, this cheap bullshit.
But this is your store.
I understand that, but you stay in there. Literally, this is the same example that's going on with the young boy that just got young boy Cyrus. You leaving your store right now unattended. It's people still in there.
Because he grabbed it and they run away.
I understand, but you're not supposed to listen. The moment you grab her, you are kidnapping her. It doesn't make it right, but you call the cops and let it go about your day. Is y'all gonna close down over that? You got two things in here. Y'all gonna close down? I mean, they have cameras.
It's okay.
He's still chasing her. Now I'm about to go see what's going on. Yo, don't hit him. Don't hit no cop. Don't do it. Just stop. Don't hit the cop. Don't do it. Give me too, right? I'm not here to make no statements. I think he's not gonna get you. You think what? I get money. I don't gotta take shit from nobody. Fuck you mean? You don't think shit. You better deal with them. I don't got nothing to do with this. I just seen you grabbing a black little girl and I intervened. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Now you tripping. Okay, you got a problem.
See, this is what I'm saying, right? It's sadly a built fatigue, right? I mean, like people doing this, it's like yes, it's over small things, okay? But this is the problem where it's like I find it funny that like the other video where the guy was pointing out businesses of other people. Well, this is the situation. The sad part is that a lot of black people, where's their business? How would you feel if people are constantly stealing from you, right? Even if it's a small shit. Like, why do you think one of the things with Walgreens, right? One of the factors that pretty much facilitated them going bankrupt is the constant theft. Literally constant theft. You think, stealing is nothing. It literally helped. It was not the only factor, but it helped contribute to a company's bankruptcy. Yeah, right? So theft is very important.
Yeah, I owned Walgreens for like 30 plus years, and then when all this theft came in, it went to like a dollar a share, like $1.15 a share, and it was bought out by private equity. So Walgreens, as a company on the a private equity company on the New York Stock Exchange, it no longer exists. I mean, Walgreens as a label exists, but it's no longer a company. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, like I owned Walgreens for a couple of years too, and it was sad. They were a good company, right? So it's sad that what happened to them.
Right. They paid a really good dividend.
They did. That's why I bought them, right? I bought them because they paid a good dividend. I also bought them because when I was in the UK, I love that. I love their other company, Boots, right? It's the UK alliance, right? Right. So I thought it would have been a good, stable company, and then all the theft, right? It contributed. It's probably not the only factor, but it contributed a big part in why they went bankrupt. So I think this belittling of thievery is honestly ridiculous. Like instead of like, oh, I want to stop people from, I don't know, um wanting to stop thieves. How about check your community? This is the thing where no, he's not going to check his community, right? He's not going to check the people who are stealing, right? No, this is the problem I have. Like black people only they only want to talk about race when other races are involved. They other than that, they don't really talk about it. They don't really talk about the killings, the crime, the thievery. They don't talk about it, right? It's not like he was talking about her, being a thief, being a criminal. No, he's just like, oh, you guys should not even bother trying to chase after her. It's like, and this is the difference between why Asian people are succeeding while black people who are bigger in population, have more political power, are not succeeding. Asian people care about their businesses, right? They're trying to open business.
And maybe they stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Just stay out of.
And this is funny, right? They're boycotting the or they're I don't know, they're standing out of the shop that was owned by the guy. He doesn't own the shop. He doesn't own this gas station anymore. He left it. But like we said, like it's 3 years ago. He doesn't own that place anymore. He moved from it. Right? That's not his business anymore. And they're picking around it. It's absolute stupidity of it.
After that verdict, y'all still buying Chinese food? Y'all still supporting y'all local corner store? Y'all still buying y'all bundles and going to their beauty supply stores? I'm just asking for a friend. After that verdict, y'all still buying?
See, I'm going to show you more of these because I think this is the insanity of it, right? It's like you wonder why, right? Because I always want to. This is why minorities never think about how about put yourself in other people's shoes, right? So what if it was a white person, right? He got mugged, right? That white person got mugged, hypothetically. A white person got mugged or killed by a black person. So now you're not surprised that, white people are now cautious of black people. They have a caution of black people. They have a stereotype of black people. Because you would do the same thing. We saw that black person kill a white person. Should you not be cautious of white people now? You're it's like you're no different where you would group everyone together, the bad apples and just everyone else together. So you could see that, what? Why would you not be surprised that white people would do it or Asian people would do it, right? And like I said, how that the gas station owner, right? The Rick Chow, it happened to him a lot. Now he groups all black people together. So now he's cautious of all black people. Literally, he's saying, "Oh, so now you're not going to shop at other or care or support other Asian businesses." Well, see, now you are grouping every Asian people together, just like that first woman, right, or the second woman who's saying, "Oh, you know what? Black people, I mean, Asian people already they're always racial. What is it? They're watching out for me when I enter their store." Guess what, right? Since you could group all Asian people together, well, Asian people can group all black people together again, right? To as well. You don't see the hypocrisy of your actions. You are no better than the people you complain about. I've said this countless times again, countless time before. People like this, they show you that they're no better than the people they complain about.
Yeah, I agree. And I want to kind of say, I don't really think that they really believe this. I'll be honest. I don't think that they believe this. I think it's a situation where everybody emotions is high at the
Mm-hmm.
moment, and I think once it kind of is behind us, everything will kind of go back to normal. Because I mean, everybody's just emotional right now about the situation. Like I get why, But like I said, I don't believe people are they don't believe that shit. At least I don't believe it.
I mean, yeah, I kind of think right. This is no nonsense things because like I said, I try to distinguish black people from internet black people. Right? It's just completely different people, in my opinion. Right? Black people with these stupid takes, they're just saying stupid shit. Right? Because the real world is very different. I think it's ridiculous. They're protesting again. They're protesting at that gas station.
This was his third shooting. The jury didn't get to know that, but I'm going to make sure that you know about the 2 previous shootings before Rick Chow was found not guilty for taking the life of 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton. 2015, a woman stole beer and peanuts. Chow says that she then threatened his life and then she got in a vehicle, so he shot at that vehicle 6 times. Now, thank goodness no one was hurt, but Chow was not charged. Investigators called it self-defense. The second time was in 2018. A man stole oven cleaner. Chow says that man then assaulted him, so he shot him twice. No charges. Self-defense. The man who stole the oven cleaner, though, he was charged in connection with that case. And then we get to 2023. That's when 14-year-old Cyrus went into a convenience store owned by Rick Chow. Chow said that he stole water. Surveillance video showed that he did not. Cyrus ran from that store, and he ran so hard during the 130-yard chase where Rick Chow was chasing him with a weapon and with his son. Cyrus, this child, ran so fast that he ran out of one of his shoes and his belongings fell out of his pocket, including a weapon, and then he was shot in the back as he was running away. Chow and his son said that Cyrus pointed that weapon at them and that's why Chow fired, but they're the only people who say that. The other witnesses say they never saw anything in Cyrus's hand. And according to the prosecution's experts, Cyrus was shot in the back while he was running away. So how would he have been pointing a weapon that was on the ground that had fallen out of his pocket as he ran for his life? And a lot of people want to say, well, a 14-year-old had a weapon. That's the end of the story. Not guilty for Chow. Having a weapon, no matter what age, does not automatically mean someone gets to take your life. Is it a-okay hunky-dory that a 14-year-old had a weapon? No, but that is not the end of this case. I personally do not believe that he was pointing it at Chow or his son. I believe the witnesses that were there that didn't have a relative on the line for going to prison for this. Other people want to say, well, he may have put the water down, but he planned to steal. Planning to steal or even stealing should not be a death sentence. If he stole a bottle of water, which he did not, but even if he did, call the police. Put up a sign that says this kid stole a bottle of water, a basic necessity of life, and he's no longer allowed in this store. If a woman steals beer and peanuts, call the police. Put up a sign that says this woman stole beer and peanuts. She's not allowed in this store. If a man steals oven cleaner, put up a sign, call the police. None of those things should be death sentences. And the fact that people are online saying, well, he intended to steal. Well, he had a weapon. You think that means a 14-year-old child should have died?
14-year-old child should not have a weapon.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. They shouldn't have a weapon.
If a 14-year-old child has a weapon, that child becomes an adult. And unless it is they just find it and then they're just playing around with it and they're, you know, shooting squirrels or chipmunks or something like that. But if they, if the, it's, I guess it's the intent, right? I mean, if you're putting a weapon in your pocket with the intent of maybe using that weapon to rob or after you rob someone, I don't know anything. I don't know much about this case, but you can't make excuses for people who, even if they're young, how they just because they're young doesn't mean they're not intent on using the weapon.
Can I respond to that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, you can. I mean, I was 14. I had a gun at 14. I'm not gonna
Right.
sit here and lie. I was in Louisiana. I'm born in Louisiana, but like I don't think you can like fairly say that someone has a gun and their intentions are always bad. Um, I think that's, in my opinion, it's illogical. Uh, I don't think. I think if he had bad intentions from the beginning, um, then his plan would have been to go in the store, with bad intentions. And I don't really try to like I try to look for positivity in it, and people were saying he didn't have any money anyways, and I'm like, I mean, I've been to the store, shopped, and then said, fuck it, I forgot my wallet, so that's a possibility, or speculation. But many people can have a gun, whatever the age is, and the intent can not be to use it as well as
No,
it
I
can
would say
be
that
to use
I
it.
think I think him as a 14, maybe you could attest to this. Him as a 14-year-old having a gun, I think it's more, I don't know, being badass, looking like you're, it's kind of sad thing in the black community, looking at you're more dangerous than you actually are, right?
Peer
I've seen this
pressure.
happen. Yeah, I've seen, yeah, peer pressure. Showing off. Like I've seen this happen a lot, right? Where a kid having a gun, they just need to show it off, and they think that they're badass, right? It's just that it's power, right? It's sad thing in a black community. Having a weapon is sign of fear, respect, or authority, whatever, right? It's a sad thing, where just saying that you trying to say that you're badass. Just like a lot of times, it's another thing where if you enter prison, right, you come out of prison, it's a badge of honor kind of thing. Right? It's a badge of honor because you're badass having gone to prison or whatever, or badass having a weapon on you. So, it's a sad thing. I said this to my daughter, right? That when you do adult things, the sad thing is that you can get adult consequences, right? I'm not saying that he has malice in it, but it's like still, it's
Yeah, still yeah,
something a
I
14-year-old can never do. Right? It's sad.
yeah. When I was 14, I had a P29 Sig, and I,
What kind of gun?
yeah, uh,
What was it?
it's a P29 229. It was a small gun, but I mean, I started learning about guns at that age, and I grew up around a hunting family. I grew up around
Right,
a family that was in the military, so it kind of makes
right.
sense. For
Yeah,
his case, Cyrus's case, I don't think that I fondly don't agree with a 14-year-old in general having a gun if they are like it just does not make sense to bring a gun inside of a store and be 14. But I also don't think that his intentions were bad or with malice. I don't
no,
think that that was the case at all.
I don't think so too.
Did
So,
he did
I
he
just think
make
it's a stupid kid doing stupid
yeah,
things.
did so in this case did he present the gun?
No, he had it
no.
on him.
Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah,
So,
If he
so you
brandished
don't
it, I'd be saying something different.
yeah.
right, right, Brandish. So did he? So he may or may not have stolen anything. Is that correct?
Well, he didn't. He didn't enter. He didn't go outside of the shop with anything.
Okay.
So so that's the thing. It's like I said. It's a terrible thing that he ran after the guy, after the kid. He shouldn't have.
Right.
It's
He shouldn't have. Right.
yeah. The kid ran away. It is what it is.
But Mr. Chow ran him down and shot him.
Yeah, he ran after them.
And on the jury found him not guilty. Is that correct?
Yep, the jury found him not guilty.
Yeah.
He probably shouldn't have been found not guilty, right?
Oh yeah,
like you can't run after someone even if they steal something.
No, yeah, like I said, I said this in the beginning that he should have been found guilty of some kind of crime, right?
Right.
Of killing the kid, right? Because again, the kid ran away. It is what it is. I'm sorry, but I understand, right? I understand why he was so trigger happy, or at the boiling point. Still, it didn't. Stealing does not equate someone's life. Period.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't steal though. But I think stealing,
even the thought, right? Because again, he's assuming it, right? Even the thought of someone stealing, even the, it doesn't deserve someone's life. He should get in jail, get arrest record, whatever, right? Not someone's life.
Yes, it was a bottle of water. That's what it was.
Yeah, at worst it would have been a bottle of water, which is definitely not worth the kid's life.
But in my view, we can't, as a society, we can't say that stealing is just nothing. Right?
No,
it's something. Can't just say that.
I would never say that.
It's not nothing, but I mean, I agree with you both that even if that stealing does not, in some ways, I agree that stealing is not worth. Even if someone's guilty of stealing, we shouldn't kill someone for stealing.
No.
Yeah,
just like I showed that other video, right? Stealing is something. Stealing is very important. It's just not worth someone's life. You definitely should receive consequences, right? You should receive punishment. But there's magnitude, right? There's levels to shit. Stealing does not equate death, right? So, so that's just how it is. But so that's why I said he deserves to be punished for it, right? Taking someone's life, even if he thought the kid stole, or even if the kid did steal, it's not worth his life. The kid should get punishment or whatever, but yeah.
Yeah, it'd be different if he caught him stealing in his shop, but if he ran him down and shot him.
Yeah, he ran him.
That's a little bit different. So if he shot him in his shop, I would say, yeah, good on him. But if he ran him down and then shot him in the back,
well, I still don't think, even if he stole in the shop, he shouldn't he shouldn't kill him, right? The kid still doesn't
put down that bottle of water, else I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah, I mean, you don't deserve death for stealing. So that's just plain and simple.
2026, Black Americans are going through a very weird time in America. Okay, we have the YT people who have had a history of suppressing, deleting, and basically just making sure that Black Americans never are equal or have the opportunities that they have.
This is the thing. It's kind of absurd, right? Lawfully, you are equal to white people. Having the opportunities, it's like, this is the problem I find with the audacity or the entitlement. It's a sad thing, right? In life, not every Black person is going to have an opportunity as, I don't know, the wealthy white people. You have just as much opportunity as, let's say, a poor white person. It's just, there are plenty of poor white people that aren't. What kind of opportunities are poor white people getting?
in 2026, now we have immigrants who have not been in this country longer than Black Americans, right? Multiple groups, but they all seem to hate Black Americans. It's very weird because Black Americans have had no power to disrespect, demise, demoralize any country in American existence. But yet, Black Americans are the enemy of so many different groups of people.
Again, another disingenuous comment, right? It's like you don't. It's like you don't. This is the problem where a lot of people don't realize the individual cases. You don't have to be a president, right? To, I don't know, hurt Asian people, because they don't, right? An individual Black person stealing from, let's say, again, a Asian business, that's enough. That is good enough, right? You don't need to, I don't know, have political power and then attack China for them to hate you, or I don't even think they hate you. That's the disingenuousness of it. They don't hate you, right? They're cautious of you, right? They're stalking you. They're looking out for you. They're looking at you. Hating you is absolutely ridiculous. It's not like they hate you. They're gonna racially profile you, but hating you is kind of different.
The odd thing is, so this guy, Asians dislike Blacks but love the people who dropped atomic bombs on their grandparents. Well, that's disingenuous, because Japanese people in Japan don't like Koreans, right? And people in Japan don't like, there's some animosity towards people in China, and Chinese people have animosity towards Koreans. And the United States dropped a bomb on Japan, and I imagine the people in Korea at that time were happy that the United States dropped an atomic bomb on Japan.
And that's why this right. statement is weird, because this guy's Chinese.
Right.
The atomic bomb is Japan. That's why, I don't know. It's just the low IQ.
Asians aren't monolithic.
But he's making it out to be.
Right.
This is the sad part, right?
It's not all.
Every single Black person that is reacting to this, they are making Asian people as a monolith.
Right.
That is surprising coming from Black people.
Yep.
Including the Asians that are here in America right now. I just want to remind them, or not even remind, I want the Asians who see this to think about, what have Black people done to your people? I'll give you the answer. Absolutely nothing, right? And I want to remind you guys that,
again, it's ridiculous. Asian people live in the Black communities. They get into fist fights, shout outs. They deal with thievery, burglary. It's like you don't. What do you want to say?
My apologies. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go for it.
But like, Asian people support black people politically more than other minority groups.
I think so. I think that's true. I mean, they vote Democrat along with Black people.
It's and not even in the Democratic or Republican, aspect. When I think it was, what was it? I think I've said it earlier, when affirmative action was banned, or they dismissed it. A lot of Asian people filed lawsuits against it. A lot of Asian people did. And I'm like, okay, they're trying to help you, get affirmative action back in place, and you just kind of like shit on them. But it's ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous.
It is.
I think all this shit's a psyop.
I kind of believe it too, right? It's like what we're talking about in the beginning, right? This happened 3 years ago, and now it's like bombardment of content like this, right? I already showed you. These are just a few videos, right? There's a whole lot more that, I'm not really. We're not going to show. There's a couple I'm showing, There's a whole lot more of this, and it's sad. This is things that are happening, right? I mean, you get in a racial divide, you get in racial controversy, you know.
The U.S. firebombed numerous cities of yours, right? They dropped 2 atomic bombs on your ancestors, Black America.
Your ancestors. This boy is Chinese. Right. This is why it's like. This is why this is. It's like even that alone is disrespectful to Asian people, because he's Chinese. He's talking about Japan.
Right.
It's like,
he's talking.
Blacks are really racist, aren't they?
It's like it's just funny that you could treat a group like a monolith when for centuries for decades you have complained that other people would treat you like a monolith.
Right.
I think it's sad that people would think like this.
Right. In Japan, they were very, very horrific with their treatment of people in China.
Yeah,
horrible.
They don't have a good relationship.
The rape of Nanking and all that stuff, man. They were just read about that stuff and it'll make your stomach turn. It's just horrendous stuff that they did to Japan did to Chinese people.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just horrible.
Had zero control. But yeah, you guys are here in America today in 2026, and you don't like us. Weird. Okay, we'll just leave that there. Okay, North Korea. Korean War. Massive U.S.-led bombing campaigns. Yes. Millions of Korean civilian casualties occurred during that war. Vietnam. Right? 1955 to 1975. Extensive bombing campaigns. Use of Agent Orange and other things to get whatever they needed done over there. But Black people, no. But yet in 2026, it seems as the end.
It's also funny that Black people were a part of those, the armies, the military back then. They were part of the military. Now they weren't probably the upper managements, the upper, the leadership, but they were part of the military there in that time. For us, I don't think there's North Koreans are here. Vietnam, I don't think Vietnam is all that. They're not crying about it because they beat Americans, right? Even though during that time there was atrocities, I don't think that they're crying about it.
DA, you're Korean, right?
No, I'm Vietnamese. I'm Vietnamese.
Vietnamese. Well, the Koreans of Vietnam, man, they were some great soldiers. ROK, Republic of Korea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nowadays they say they did all these atrocities, but they were great soldiers in Vietnam.
I heard that. I've heard that.
Your Asian community has a strong dislike for a group of people who never did shit to them. It's very weird to me. Asians, please answer in the comments. Okay? Did Black Americans sign the check or check off the box when it was time to fucking nuke you guys in Japan? No, it wasn't us. But yet, you guys today hate us, but you love the people who bombed you. It's very weird. Very weird. Okay, so these are questions that you don't need to answer me. Answer these questions yourself, Asians. Okay, Asian American, whatever, right? What have Black people done to you to make y'all dislike us so much?
I just think the lack of critical thinking is really just disgusting.
Leave Asian people alone. After this recent Cyrus and Chow case, I've started reading comments and people are talking about boycotting Asian-owned businesses. This is exactly why I feel the need I gotta produce race-related content, because if I don't, ridiculous narratives start taking hold and just exacerbates racial tension. So far, I've been completely disgusted at some of the racist comments that I start seeing Black people make. What upsets me is that Black people should understand prejudice and discrimination and racism more than anybody else, and I'm watching you all impose the exact same things on the Asian community, and it's disgusting. A lot of Asian people have worked hard to build their family businesses and make lives for their families in America. And the fact that some of you all are entertaining the idea of boycotting some of their businesses behind a case involving one man is a completely terrible idea. Leave people alone.
This is why I'm going to show you a couple of videos of, like, I think smart ass black people, right? Where they're breaking the mold of the videos I've shown you before, right? This is why I don't view black people as a monolith. I don't. I've said this before that my dating history has been predominantly black women, right? So I definitely understand that not all black people are the same. I don't view black people as a monolith. I don't. It's so I always just try to be as distinct as possible with the things I say. So this is why I show you this man is on point with what he said.
Maybe instead of getting online and crying about Rick Child being found not guilty, we should, as a black community, get together and make sure that these black kids ain't walking around with guns. I feel like that's the easiest way to solve these type of problems, because this isn't the only problem that has arisen from black children having guns. The white people in the comment sections are telling y'all, yo, if Cyrus didn't have that gun, this case would be cut and dry. But we don't know if he pulled the gun or not. We have no idea. And if y'all are saying the gun was for protection, he got chased for 150 yards and didn't pull the gun once, and it was for protection? That makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense. And if that makes sense in your head, I'm gonna tell you why. Because the only thing Cyrus was interested in protecting himself from was other black kids with guns. Maybe we should take a look at the households. Look at these black parents allowing their children to have guns. It's either they're allowing them or they're just not paying attention enough to the point where their children are walking around with guns in a front fucking pocket. And they don't know. That's a problem. The problem starts there. I'm tired of y'all ignoring this. I'm tired of y'all saying, oh, they would have never known that he had a gun. Rick Child would be behind bars if he never had a gun. Like, what are y'all not getting about that? The nigga had a gun. Why did he have a gun? Explain it to me. Because he didn't use it in the one time he actually needed to. So why the fuck did he have it? Maybe instead of...
This is what we were talking about before, okay? It's not like if he didn't have a gun, I believe that, yeah, Rick Child would have been, he would have been behind bars. He would have been found guilty. All right. The gun gave them reasonable doubt, right? They gave the jury reasonable doubt, right? Gave the jury, some doubt, to the case, which is the sad thing. And we should be talking about, why is this 14-year-old having a gun? He's not out hunting. He's not out, like, I don't know, shooting pigs and deers with his family. He's not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm pretty sure it's a city boy. All right. It's a city boy. He's not out, doing, like, farm work or hunt work with his family. He's not doing that. So it should be important. It should be talked about that he shouldn't even have had a gun. Right. So
when I walk out the house every day, I don't worry about no YT cop doing something to me. It be one of you crusty, dusty, musty ass niggas that I be worried the fuck about. I got more goddamn problems from a motherfucker that look like me than some YT cop, nigga. And y'all can call me what you want, call me King Coon, call me what the fuck ever you want. But you know it's the goddamn truth. So stop blaming these motherfuckers for everything. Stop blaming these motherfuckers for everything, nigga, when you terrorizing your own. When I walk...
And this is the thing where, like, what we talked about, right? The last guy was who confused Japanese for Chinese. This is a thing where, I'm sorry, even black people terrorize other black people. Okay, you don't have to run a whole nation to terrorize people, right? You don't. You could do it on your own. You could do it in your own personal life, in your own sphere of influence. That's the thing, right? Like, to be honest, Asian people are not as national as people think they are, right? It's just what you're doing on the individual level. They're not thinking it's the monolith kind of shit, right? It's not like, oh my God, black people are doing something terrible to my nation, so that's why I hate black people. No, they don't think like that. They're not thinking that big of a level. They're thinking about, oh, you are coming into my store, stealing from me, beating me up, arguing with me, disrespecting me. So now, I have a problem with you, right? It's literally just that, right? It's hating. It's pretty much on the individual level. It's not nationwide. It's not like Asian people. To be honest, I see it rarely. They're not hang up on the past. The Asian people are not really hang up on the past like that. So.
Colombia. Hey yo, I get y'all want justice for Cyrus and all that. But where is this energy when we in the hood killing each other every day? Colombia, how many gangbangers y'all know in the hood who got bodies, man, and y'all glorifying that lifestyle? These kids running around at 14 shooting shit up. It ain't even the old heads, it's the young boys. Why we not flooding the streets, man? Every time I get on Facebook, somebody, a young brother, a young mother, and somebody in Colombia has been killed. It's a shooting every day in Colombia, man. But y'all just not protesting when it's somebody of another race or if it's the police who killing a brother. It's okay when the gangbangers killing each other, when we shoot shit up, color banging, and you know what I mean. Make sense. When we gonna stand up and put a stop to it?
I love what this young man said. I love it what this young man said, and this is what I have an issue with. You care, just like that other woman, right? The woman in the beginning care so much about Black lives. Where's the outrage for when Black people kill Black people? It's like I thought you cared about Black lives. If you care about Black lives, you got to be consistent about it. Right? You got to be consistent about it. You can't say Black lives matter, but it only matters when it's by a white person, when it's by an Asian person taking a Black life. Yet when a Black person takes another Black life, you don't care. There's no outrage. You don't protest. You don't even remember these people's names, right? You don't even talk about these people that are killed by gangs, by just other kind of crap. You don't talk about it. And this is why I find this, like I said, this is why I find it as fake outrage, right? It's identity politics. You only care when it's race based. I think it's just so disingenuous.
DA and self-made. Do you want me to lighten the mood a little bit?
Go for it, bro.
Off topic. You okay with this self-made? Okay. Well, are you into space exploration?
I like learning about space.
Well, I was reading this science story about NASA, and they're thinking about sending a satellite to a new satellite to probe Uranus. What do you think they'll find in Uranus?
I don't know. What would they find?
That's kind of those jokes never get old, do they?
The Uranus thing, that I've heard that throughout my life. So
right.
Yeah, it's always a thing.
So DA, what will NASA find in Uranus?
I really I'm nothing good.
Right.
How you been, my brother?
Me?
Yeah, you. How have you been?
Oh, not too bad.
Okay. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear
that.
My
the people who are going to do my yard, they're trying to wait till it gets a little drier.
Oh, it's been wet?
Yeah, it rained a little bit. So next, hopefully next Monday, they said they're going to come.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's gonna look pretty good after it's all done. Right now, my lawn is there's all this grass, and it makes me feel bad. It's just really wild and stuff.
Uh,
But
okay.
afterwards,
That's kind of why I just had a cement. My backyard was like grassy and stuff like that. I
right?
hate it. I hate mowing. I hate doing all that shit. So I just like
Yeah,
cement the whole shit because I'm tired of dealing with the grass. I'm not a grass kind of guy. I hate mowing. I grew up mowing my yard for my parents. I hate it when I'm an adult. I hate it as an adult.
I like hiring people to mow my lawn.
Well, not worth it for me. All right. That is it. I think that's the last video for that. Um, Self-made. Are you still there? The guy's probably doing something else. It's all good.
I got some more jokes. Da, want me to
Yeah.
look through 'em? Okay.
No, go for it. Let's showcase it. Yeah, showcase it.
Okay. So most people think about like the chicken
Wait,
and
wait.
the egg.
Self-made. You here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
Self-
about to end another stream. I'm gonna let you. What? Any last thoughts for you?
No, man, not at all, man. I just feel like this case is just a damn psyop to distract people from something. I don't. That's how I feel.
I agree.
Self-made. This is another black joke that's not really too offensive, but I'll get your your thoughts on it. Okay, so most people think about which came first, the chicken or the egg, right? You know what black people think about? Which came first, the fried chicken or the fried egg?
I've heard that before. I feel like I've heard that before. What the
That's
hell?
my joke. I invented that joke.
You invented that, bro?
Yeah,
What?
I
The
invented.
fried chicken first is crazy.
That's
That came.
that's
Go.
pretty clever, right?
Yeah, that's interesting. I'm gonna use that.
Right.
I'm gonna use that.
You use it. Yeah, use it.
That's interesting.
Spread it.
But you say about the end stream, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was nice
Thank
talking
you for
about
being
you.
here, man. I always wanted to talk to you, so I love hearing about you. Right? Please come on more often. I love you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. Love all you, man. You guys have a good night.
No, thank you, my brother. See you later. Tim, thank you for being here, my brother. Good to hear that you're doing well.
Yeah. I here's another. It's not really a joke, but how about this?
Go for it.
Women who have a hard time meeting men should become male prostitutes.
What?
Women who have a hard time meeting men should become male prostitutes.
Women that have a hard time meeting men should become male prostitutes. So just deal with women?
No, not really.
Then
My ambition in life, one of my kill bucket things is to go on Kill Tony and just do 1 minute of like just really great comedy.
that would be interesting. You want to get stage fright?
What's that?
You want to get stage fright?
I probably would, but I have some backups for that.
Oh, really? What would be a backup for stage fright?
I can't tell you that's my.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
tell you now because and that would ruin. If I actually went on Kill Tony, that would ruin the surprise of it.
Well, I hope you achieve that bucket list. I hope you achieve that.
Right.
All right. Thank you for being here, my brother.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm chilling. You know.
How's your woman doing?
She's good.
She's not
good.
nagging you or anything?
No, I love her. She's no complaints at all. I have no complaints.
That's why you can make an honest woman out of her.
No, yeah, I'm thinking about probably the end of this year. You know, getting engaged, going further, and we'll see.
Why don't you just do it right now?
Well, because I'm not there.
Oh, she's still She's still there.
She's still there.
So. Are you gonna bring her here, or are you gonna live in that over there?
I'll bring her here.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring her here. So,
you ever watch the movie? What's that movie? I can't remember the name of the movie.
What is it about?
What's about? It's Bruce Willis and I can't remember what the actress's name was. There's this Asian woman who comes over and she's married to this kind of stuffy Asian man. Like, I think they're Japanese or something.
Bruce Willis? I've never seen him act with an Asian person.
And the thing that he goes on, I think it's called Blind Date. Blind Date is the name of the movie. So Bruce Willis is like this lawyer, and his friend hooks him up with this woman, but his friend says, one thing you got to know about this woman is don't let her have any alcohol. Right. And Bruce Willis gives her like a drink of alcohol, and then the night spirals out. It's kind of a slapstick comedy. One of the scenes is this Japanese businessman comes over with his stereotypical, wife. She's kind of has all this the makeup of a Japanese wife would have back in the 80s. And she's very submissive and everything like that. And then this Bruce Willis's date, I can't remember her name. She's pretty famous, but she tells this Japanese woman that if you divorce this man, you get half of what he owns. And then this Japanese woman just kind of pretends like she doesn't really know or understand English. And then later on in the scene, she goes, "I'm divorcing you. I want half of your money." It's pretty good. It's a very slapstick movie. It's pretty good. Blind Date, Bruce Willis.
Okay.
Watch it.
I'll look it up. All right. That's it for tonight. Thank you for being here, my brother. I love you.
Good night. Have a great day, sir.
You too. Later, brother.
Goodbye.
Guys, thank you for being here. Evo Eddie, Laughing Man, Big Bars, Red Door, I love you. Self-Made, thank you for coming by. You're amazing, guys. You guys are, I love you. All right. But yeah, that's it. Let's end out on. Songs are all by Evo Eddie.
No fake heroes coming down the line, just real people giving real time.
Thank you guys for being here. But yeah, later, guys.